So I literally just asked for full payment upfront from everybody. Only one requested for a 50-50 split.
Did you have to do a lot of convincing or back and forth, or did people just get it?
Everybody that wanted on the postcard just got it. It was like 3 or 4 emails back and forth, only a couple questions, and then link sent, payment made, and that was that. You're not gonna get anything done if you're not talking to people, whether it's phone, in person, email, because that's how you make deals. I haven't even been doing this that long, and in this town, just the amount of deals that fall in your lap just because you're there talking to somebody is crazy. So you just gotta manage your time well, talk to people, and get out there.
The Kevin Dyke giveaway strategy. I think anyone
Definitely
could go out
recommend
there
it.
and make some pretty good money.
So I went to one of those little networking events last year. I gave something to free to one of the restaurant owners. Since just giving that away free has snowballed, I think I've made like 80 grand just from giving that one little thing away.
High Response Marketing Podcast. I have a special guest today, Kevin Dyke, who is a longtime student and follower of mine. He just put out 9x12 recently. Kevin, it's great to see you on here. I really appreciate you coming on here. You're just
Thanks
an
for having
everyday
me on.
guy, right? You're just an everyday guy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make ends meet and help other people at the same time.
I think you said you just moved to where you live now, right? In Massachusetts.
I've been here for a couple. I actually grew up in Massachusetts. I lived in New York for a while, and I've been here for a couple years, so I didn't know too many people.
A lot of people, they think that they are gonna, or they're nervous that they're gonna have a really hard time because they're just not known, and that's the position you're in, right? You just didn't know a lot of business owners. They don't know who you are, but you managed to fill out a 9x12 card. And if anyone's listening, 9x12 card is. Can you show them your card? Do you have your card on there? It's a big postcard. It's a system that I've been teaching people for about a dozen years now. And you're basically just putting other businesses on the card, and everyone pays a fraction of the price that they would if they were to take the whole card themselves. So everyone pays, a few $100s instead of a few $1,000. And you get this out to 5,000, 10,000 people. And you did a 10,000. This is a 10,000 piece mailer, right?
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to beat the objection of exposure, so I just wanted to make it higher. So that's why I did 10,000. I think my first one I did in 2012, I did 5,000.
So you've got twins, is that right?
Yeah, twin 3.5-year-olds,
And you take
girls.
care of them? Your wife?
Yeah, yeah. My wife's vet. She does anesthesia. She does like all the surgeries for dogs and stuff like that. So she works during the day. I take care of the kids and try to work when I can.
So, because that would be the same, I mean, for a stay-at-home mom, like, or someone who's
Right.
the other is out working. I mean, I don't know your situation, but for a lot of us, the cost of daycare, especially if you have twins, is so high. It doesn't
Exactly.
make sense going
Just
to
eats
work
the money you're
now.
making.
Yeah, and the kids
Nobody
get
cares about your
sick.
kids as much as you do. So
Right, they're in there slapping the kids around and stuff. You don't know what they're plus bringing home
Yeah.
every disease under the sun.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it's nice to feel like you're contributing financially as well too. I'm sure. Like
Right. The economy, like you really need the help these days.
that's what I really love about like 9x12 system or just selling printing. And you actually have your own printing company as well, providing print services, under budget printing, which I love. I think that's a great name.
Thanks.
I've always had good luck with my names, like printingforsupercheap.com and High Response Marketing and Weatherproof Windows and Siding was my remodeling name. Like I do feel like the name means a lot. And I think you did a great job with naming your company Under Budget Printing. I think it's just a great name. Versus
Yeah, I just want to be straight to the point.
a lot of businesses that just have these names, or they'll use some big technological name, like Envision Pro Services or something. You can't even tell what this is. Like, what is this? Whereas having a straightforward name.
You put like your name in the business, which is what I did when I put on my first postcard. I was Kevin Dyke Designs.
Oh yeah,
And
I remember that.
I hated it.
Yeah. Right. It's that narcissistic.
I was like, I need a real name.
It's really hard to make a brand out of your own self. It's
It
really,
is.
it's just a hurdle that I don't think you really need. Like, plus, if you're ever planning on selling the company or the company grows big, it's someone buying it may not want to buy Kevin Dyke Designs, but they will want to buy Under Budget Printing.
And I'm not trying to like make myself look like a bigger company. I always say it's just me. And actually, I say I name drop you as my partner because everybody's like, "Where do you get the printing done?" I say I have a partner in New York, so that takes care of that. And I'm not saying we and all that to make it look like I'm huge. I just want to be a down to earth guy who's trying to help people.
I'm glad you brought that up because that aggravates me so much, and I see it all the time. I see it in businesses doing it, and I see it in marketers doing it. They try to make themselves look like these giant companies. We provide, we provide. I'm like, it's just you. Be
Yeah.
honest about that. There's a large appeal to just being you. You know, they're just dealing with you. I'll do this. I do this. Even though I
I used
have
to do that a lot too back in the day.
did you? Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's easy to
I
do
think it's
that.
hard to beat. Like, it's instinctive to try to make yourself look bigger, but then you have the problem of credibility because people want to know.
I don't think putting we adds credibility, especially when you don't
No,
have
exactly.
we.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
If they ask for credibility, then it's hard to come up with it if you're new and you keep saying we.
I'm actually the opposite, where I constantly say I and I don't use we a whole.
That's what I do. Yeah.
But I have employees. You know, I have office space,
Right.
equipment, employees,
Exactly.
a whole staff. But I think in most people's heads, they think I am doing everything, like 100, and I'm involved in a lot. But I would rather have this relationship of where people think it's you. You're the person, and
You're
what
the
you have
face. Yeah.
partners, you have partners, you have other people that help, or a team. I use the word team a lot, so I'm with you 100% there. Tell me how you put this card out. You made a few thousand in profit, right?
Yep.
How much did you sell your spaces for?
So let me show you. The column ads are here. I just called them small ads. I sold them for 350, and then this was like a medium ad for 600, and then the doubles right here. It's two medium ads, so it should be $1,200, but it sold it for $1,200 off.
For anyone that's not watching and they're listening, we have a thing called the column. They're little ads. They're little, and it's funny because everyone's asking, what size are his column ads? What size are his column ads? And even you mentioned, even you didn't know what size they
Yeah,
were, right? Don't get caught
people
up in these
didn't ask that
details.
questions. Yeah,
No,
they just
it
bought it visually. I sent them the
matter.
pictures, and they just picked.
Yeah.
Only one person asked for the size, and I was like, "Oh wait, I don't know. I got to look that up."
Right. Like that's such an irrelevant even. Don't even worry about it. Just make a thing that looks small. Basically really small ads that allow you a low price point and have a little coupon on there, right? That's just
Yep.
something to get people on there at a low price point. I don't know if it was your experience, but a lot of times for me, you sell the column ad and then they want the bigger ad, right? They pick.
Yes.
They
Yes.
they just pick. What was your process of having them pick out
Um.
pricing? How'd that go?
Oh, I basically sent them a mock-up digitally of the postcard with the available spots left, and I let them pick. And a lot of businesses can't afford the bigger ones, so they'll pick the smaller one, which is great. It's fine. But I did
Smaller, you mean
experiment.
smaller, you
Yep.
mean the 600 or the 3?
Like I like the column ads because it gives enough, like $350. That's pretty good. So if they can't afford the 6 or 1,000, 350 is not that bad, and they can still get on the postcard. I think it's great for restaurants because small coupons throw right on there. Um, but yeah, so a couple people I mocked up, the size they wanted, but I also did a larger one, and I did that twice, and both times they picked the double ad over the smaller one they wanted. So I don't know if it's psychologically they see their business bigger and they just say, "I need that."
Plus, if you look at the column ads, they take up so little space. They're really like getting, if you put two of them together as a regular ad, you're really getting like $700 for a regular
Right?
ad by
Yep.
selling two, by breaking it up into
Yeah.
two and getting 350 each. 350, in
Exactly.
my opinion, is like a super low price for 10,000 of these. So it's an easy sell.
No, on the computer they look smaller than they are printed. They look gigantic, even the small one. So
You said you emailed them. Did you sell this card a lot over email? How'd you prospect for advertisers?
I would go to Google and I would go to the maps and I would search for an industry, like say roofers, and I would find every roofer locally, and then I'd do that for every single category. So I'd have like 50 tabs open of different types of businesses, and on like Monday I would reach out to every roofer. On Tuesday I'd reach out to every gym, and then in between I'd be following up with the people from the previous day. So it was more systematic, more organized. Any response I got, I'd put in Pipedrive so I knew to follow up, and I would send them my script over email or Facebook Messenger, I would always look for the business owner's name or somebody who worked there that was high up. So I'd always have a name to address. I'd either send it through email or I'd send it through Facebook Messenger. And I'd say the response was pretty good because I always ended it with like a hook to get them to respond, like a low barrier, no risk to them. Once they responded, then I just give them all the details. I tried to hide most of the details from the first email. I keep it short as possible, make it seem like I'm just like them, a small business owner trying to save money, help other people save money. Yeah, that's what I did.
You filled almost your whole card out via email and Messenger?
A couple of people I had to talk to on the phone that instead of saying, they want info, they'd say, call me, or they'd say, come on down. So there's only a few people that were like that. And the rest were all, remote online.
You just sent them an invoice after they say I'm ready to go, and you send them a.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as they say they want on, I just would immediately send them a Wave apps invoice. I think it uses Stripe and they could pay right on there with their credit card. So I didn't have to worry about going down and picking up checks or anything like that. And every single person paid within like, I don't know, a couple hours.
You said you use Pipedrive. I love Pipedrive. That's a great CRM system.
I just really wanted to organize in pipelines, have the notification pop up saying you need to follow up with these people.
We use Pipedrive for our business as well. At any given time, we have 100 plus active campaigns. So you start getting 10 juggling 10 people, when to follow up, what stage they're in, if they've been in. There's no way to do that other than using a CRM.
I don't know how you do it, Jake. I really don't, because I struggle. I'll have like 10 people. I know you have like hundreds. And it's like my mind's like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. Oh, I got to do this. And it's like, oh man, I keep forgetting. It's hard.
It is I have 2 assistants that just help me keep track of that. It fills up almost 24 hours a day. It requires the 3 of us just to stay on top of what to do. Like it's even just even at a 9x12 card, when you start dealing with a dozen clients at once, they pay. Do they need to pay? Are the invoices late? Do they have artwork that still has to be done? Did they say I'm going out of the country for 3 days, I'll be back? Like, just to keep track of all that stuff, you do kind of really need a system that helps. And I think Pipedrive is a great tool for that, for fast moving things.
Tells you what you need to do. Like you write notes and so you're like, oh, I need to reach out to this person. I still need to do this. I still need to do that. And it's always reminding you. Otherwise I'd forget about it with the kids.
As you have employees too, Pipedrive is excellent for that too. Is just adding employees and they can have their own activities and move things and have their own pipelines. It's super useful. If you don't mind me asking, what was your profit on the card?
I think it was a little under $3,000, and that's because so my approach was with my script. I didn't want to come off like I had no clients. I didn't know any other businesses. So I gave a couple spots away to some newly opened businesses around here so I can name drop them in my script. So I gave a couple spots away and I bartered a gym membership. So I made just under $3,000.
Those last ads can really make a huge profit difference, but I totally understand that. And getting a free gym membership is
definitely
a good deal too. Yeah. I mean, I bartered a ton. Our friend Scott Meisner, he like got his whole like landscaping done and all sorts of stuff. There's an older podcast I have with a guy that used to put out cards. Like he would just like barter half. He just wanted to break even on the card, and he would just barter the rest in services and anything he wanted. He just went in and bartered for it and basically paid for the card and got all this other stuff every time through barter, which I thought was pretty smart.
I think wasn't really concerned about the return of interest. I just wanted exposure. Nobody knows I'm around. So if I keep doing these mailings, I'm not so much worried about how much I'm making now. The money will flow once people know I exist.
Was your wife proud of you? Like, was she supportive?
Yes, definitely.
That's good. You said you got paid pretty quick. How much did you ask down from people?
I didn't want to deal with any of that. So I literally just asked for full payment upfront from everybody. Only one requested for a 50-50 split. And the payments were like a week apart because it was towards the end of the postcard. So I needed the money to print
So you got everything up front.
Everything up front. No one complained.
That is one of the most common questions I get asked. How much do I ask up front? How much do I? And a lot of people don't ask anything up front. They'll do it and then they try to chase down these payments. And now you have a card that you sold out maybe, and you have 3 ads, 4 ads that these people ghosted you, and it was 3 weeks ago that they said they'd pay, and you can't. Now the whole card is hung up because they didn't get any money down or anything.
We're at it.
So you got paid 100%.
I didn't wanna deal with the time involved of having to do 2 payments, and some people might
The
fight.
worst. Just chasing down payment, and it's annoying. It's like I don't want to harass people for their payments. Just pay this thing. Just pay
Right.
it. Did you find that some people thought you were not having any credibility? Like, was that a hurdle that you really had to overcome mentally?
I think I didn't, like, survey and ask people, but I'm sure it was a thing because 'cause they're like, "Who is this under budget pinning? I've never heard of them." That's why I really wanted to name drop some businesses. I gave a couple spots away just so I could do that, so they knew I was working with people. And I had been posting, like, socially, not postcard related stuff, but they've seen I've been putting out work for some other businesses. Some people at least know that I existed.
What was your sales process like? Did you have to do a lot of convincing or back and forth, or did people just get it?
Everybody that wanted on the postcard just got it. They it was like 3 or 4 emails back and forth. Only a couple questions and then link sent, payment made, and that was that. There's some people that were interested, they'd ask for more info, and then some of them would just ghost me, which I'm sure is common. You have more people ghost you than respond and say they want on it. But these are warm leads that I can always follow up with because at least they know, what I'm doing, and maybe they'll see the postcard around so they know that I'm legit. Even if they had concerns, credibility issues, they can see that I'm doing it.
I can't tell you how often. I'll give you an example today. Guy emails me and he's like, I want to do, I think it's 40,000 postcards. He's with a large home
Jeez.
services, and they want to do 40,000 postcards and I think like 10,000 door hangers. So it's a pretty good sized deal. I gave him the best pricing I could and heard nothing back. I sent a couple follow up emails, and then finally I sent one, said, I don't know if you're getting these. I don't know, if you're interested down the road. And this was like 3 weeks ago or something. It's been a while. And he just popped up on my YouTube live and he's like, yeah, can't wait to do these, just wrapping up the design. Sometimes, so in the same thing with this, sometimes business owners, we're busy.
They're
We're,
busy,
we're,
yep.
we're, God knows what, we get so much going on. And I read things all the time that I don't respond to. And it's not that I don't mean to do it or respond. Sometimes you have to nag me to get something, you just have to, or maybe
Just because
a
it's
month I'll say,
responders, it's a no.
Exactly, yeah. And that adds to your credibility. If someone gets another email or message from you 6 months later, they're like, oh, this guy's still around. He wasn't just a scammer. Do you mind putting a script to the script that you use? Because you put some effort into this. If you just sold a card out and you're saying you did it almost all over email and messenger, are you okay putting a short document with your script, how you used it, maybe what you say when they say more information at your process, and offering
Yeah.
that to people? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I could definitely do that. I can outline my process, my scripts, what I said to people when they responded.
That'd be great. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have the link down in the description below. You can click it, but I'll probably make the URL, if you're listening to this, highresponsemarketing.com/Kevin. So it's highresponsemarketing.com/Kevin. And you can go check out his guide, pick it up, and have the script that you use. That's obviously proven. How many out of these, how many ads did you sell?
I think it's 15.
Did you sell all of them over email and Facebook Messenger?
One was over the phone.
Wow, you called.
Everything
So
else
you made
was
some.
email
You
message.
made some phone calls too.
Well, one person, they responded is just with their
Wanted
cell phone versus call me. So, I just step outside, call them.
You initially just used like your.
Yeah, every approach was through email or Facebook Messenger. But if you have Instagram, definitely use that too.
Do you feel confident that you could do this in any town? Like, do you feel that process personally? Do you feel you could go to any town and use that same process with success?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. You might have some challenges here and there that are unique to where the town, but I think you could overcome them.
What is where you live like? Like, is this a giant city? Is it a small rural area? What?
I think there's like 18,000 residents. We're next to like a bigger city, Springfield, which was pretty run down. That's not a good area. But this is like one of the nicer towns among this area. So um, this was definitely my first card was a high income town. This is more of a medium to low, and it was the same process, same exact process. You just gotta talk to business owners. Some people get them, some don't, and just get it done.
Did you even have to do any closing really, like overcoming objections or tackling objections or
Just one, in person, he asked for me to come down, so I went down. I sat there for, like, an hour. He was on the phone talking to, like he's got, like, a nice Porsche outside. He's talking to dealership, spending 8 grand to fix the Porsche outside. So I was sitting there for an hour, like, and then he comes out and he plops down a magazine that he's in, and, he's measuring my ads versus his ads. So I'm going over all the usual stuff about, not everybody's gonna open the magazine. If your customers do open the magazine, you gotta hope that they turn to your page, they don't see any competitors, all that stuff. I just think he liked the magazine. He liked the idea of being inside a magazine. So nothing happened with that. I mean, I said all the right stuff, but he liked the magazine. You can't win everybody.
what advice? So someone's thinking about doing this and they're a stay at home. They don't have, they have to be efficient with their time. They can't go out prospecting. They want to use email. They want to use Messenger. Can you give just some good advice for them from start to finish? Like some great advice for the person that's in your shoes that's just starting out.
I think the biggest advice I can give you is just to take action. You're not going to get anything done if you're not talking to people, whether it's phone, in person, email. You just got to go talk to people because that's how you make deals. I haven't even been doing this that long. And in this town, just the amount of deals that fall in your lap just because you're there talking to somebody is crazy. So you just got to manage your time well, talk to people, and get out there, and things will come to you. Some people, they hate picking up the phone, hate face to face. So if that's you, then email. But if you can, I'd encourage as many different ways as you can. Like, I know I did all this mostly digitally, but now that I'm filling my second card, I realize I really need to get out there more. So I'm considering, throwing a couple business t-shirts on my 3-year-olds and just marching down and shaking hands because it's kind of hard it's quicker. Yeah. It's more human. You get just better connections because emails are so easy to like just forget about, set aside. So if you're actually there talking to people, I think that's probably the move I'm going to make next.
Do you think you made any big mistakes that you won't make again? Doesn't sound
Mistakes.
like it.
I don't think there was any like
Or things that were a waste of
mistake.
your time or that you didn't need to do or anything. I remember I created a big pitch book at one point because I spent weeks on this massive pitch. Then when I actually went and tried to use it, I was like, no one has time for this. Like that was a total waste. No one has time to sit there for a 20-minute presentation for a
I know everybody like wants the perfect website and like the perfect this and that before they start prospecting, but I don't think anybody asked for my website. I never gave my website out to anybody. All through email, just here's the information, here's some pictures, and that was it. No, unless they Googled me, I don't know.
like even for this small column, it's $350. It's like just do it.
I have been going in person to Eddie. We've had a lot of new businesses opening up. So my wife has half days on Thursdays and I have Saturdays and Sundays. So if I have the time, I'll go down and I'll meet the new business owners and I'll usually give them something for free. I'm big on giving something away for free, get your foot in the door. So I've been printing a lot of tap to like signs and I get like these nice
Mhm.
wooden frames and I'll just bring them down there, welcome them to the town and I'll give them that and just introduce myself. And that only cost me I know you sell them too, but I didn't wanna bug you with all these one-off prints for, like, these little tiny card stocks. So I'll just print a bunch of those, and then I get the little QR, or, what are they called? NFC
The
thing,
little
and I just
NFC
stick
tag,
'em
yeah,
right on.
just the
Yeah.
round, just a or little tiny NFC tag, right? You buy an Amazon or something and
Yeah,
what pro
yeah, I'll just stick them on and, it's not
what's
as
that?
nice looking as the ones you produce, but, it's good enough.
What are you paying altogether for one of those? For someone who's looking to do that themselves, like a nice
It probably cost me, like, 6
that's a
bucks.
nice gift. Yeah, that's a nice so about $6. Yeah, plus you can go
That's
in there
good.
with offering printing, just introducing yourself, making a
Right,
connection,
yep.
making printing deals.
I
That's actually
doing that, getting out there and giving them away for free gets you so much business. I wish I had more
and you
time to go do it.
yeah, exactly. You're limited by you've got kids, you're watching the kids, your wife is working. Imagine if you could spend a couple
All day.
hours yeah, all day and just
Yep,
giving away these things, like you'd be making quite a bit of money. And I think anyone can do that. I think just that strategy that you just shared, the Kevin Dyke giveaway strategy, I think anyone
definitely
could go out
recommend it.
there and make some pretty good money. Do you have one of those offhand? Yeah,
I mean,
so
if
they
you
can
get
see
into business, go
exactly
grab one. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's got a little wooden stand. It's got this little acrylic, case,
Yeah.
and then it just says tap to like. This is one of my older ones. I got a nicer design now. And I just threw a few of these up there, but my newer one, you can't see them. And they just tap the top, and it will take them to whatever link they want. So it could take them to a menu, it could take them to leave a review, it could take them to their Facebook to likes the page and all that. And everybody I give it to loves it. So
You're buying the acrylic and the mount thing, the holder on Amazon.
yeah, yeah, it's a 3-pack. It's like $15 for 3 of them.
So you're in it for about
And
$6. I think that's
cardstock is
outstanding.
the cardstock's cheap, and so are the little tags.
That's actually a sick gift to give people. That's outstanding. Anyone who is watching this podcast or listening to it and has made it this far is getting some solid gold right now. You are like everyone. It's saying, I don't have anything to offer, Jake. I'll do the podcast, but I don't have anything to special. And then you realize that you actually do. We all have little things that we experience that other people would really will never have thought of, and something of value.
It's crazy because I'll go visit these businesses who I've talked to and I've been doing work with, and they just have a big smile on your face when I walk in. They try to give me free stuff all the time. It's like almost like you're a celebrity.
Yes, the local celebrity. Yes, anyone can do that too. It's like giving away. Like, you can't put a value on that. It comes back. You're gonna get known. You're gonna get calls. You're gonna get referred. And as time goes by, it as you become more well known and stuff, like, you can't put a value on it. I give away stuff all the time because I just know it will come back.
So I went to one of those little networking events last year. I gave something to free to one of the restaurant owners, and that has, since just giving that away free, has snowballed. I think I've made like 80 grand just from giving that one little thing away. I'm not even kidding.
Whoa. Okay.
People grow them, so they ain't profit, but
Dang. Yeah. Okay. All right. Still. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And some marketers, they're like, I'll never give away something for, I'm not, they got to close the deal right then and there, move on, or never, they don't get through.
if I never did that, then it wouldn't have happened. That's kind of like that Alex Hormozy thing. I have his 100 million offer or whatever. And he's big on, I don't really like Alex. He's kind of like, I don't know. But I like his advice of just giving away as much as you can, and then it will come back to you.
Didn't he just with that thing, he just gave it away when no one expected it, and he just made a big event and just gave it away.
Yeah, that was his second.
But then weren't all these affiliates furious because they thought they were going to be making money on these launches, and they basically promoted it like crazy, and then he just gave it away.
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
I'm pretty sure.
I bet.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Was he had all these major, huge affiliates ready to promote this course, and they'd be making a commission off every. They would be making, so they're hitting their lists hard and telling. And then he got up on the stage or something, or on the live stream, and he's like, "It's just free, get it." Yeah,
he's kind of an odd guy, he's jacked, and he's always wearing cut off jean shorts, and he's always talking a big game, but his advice sometimes is really good.
Yeah, I listen to him. I listen a lot in the gym. I listen to podcasts, and he's one of that I'll usually listen to, him and Gary Vee and stuff. And I'm not the biggest fans of them personally, but
Me neither.
Sometimes
when it works, it works.
Yeah. I think they are detached from the local bit. Their advice doesn't always apply.
Yep.
It's like Gary Vee says, if you want to make, $100,000 a year, start, go to garage sales and flip cars. Or it's not real. They're so detached from local business that they don't really have good advice for that, but their advice for just hustle
here and there.
Yeah, it's hustle. And then I'm sure at higher levels, when you're talking about selling your business or these whole other things,
bigger businesses,
super selling software as a service type stuff, and dealing with investors and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But for the local business, I don't find a lot of practical, but the encouragement, you can't not listen to these people. There's good stuff you can get out of them for sure. What do you consume as far as content that maybe other people might be interested in? Books that you've read or something that would help a business owner or a local marketer, just an entrepreneur in general?
I try not to consume too much, because then, you're getting pulled in 10 different directions and you want to try different things. I mainly just follow you. I've read that Alex book and I applied some of the principles. And then just experience over the last 10 years, I've just narrowed down my tactics of how to talk to business owners and not to come off certain ways.
What advice might you give for someone who's kind of timid or shy or nervous about how they could come out? Like, how do you have any encouragement for someone who thinks that they're not going to be taken seriously, or they're just nervous to talk to business owners or even send emails? Or what if they say, I don't have a location, or where are you located? Do you have any advice for that?
Um, I guess buy my script.
Okay, it
No,
covers all that. Will your email
they'll
script kind of
go ahead.
resolve a lot of, like, is it pretty well, could it be copy and paste? Someone can copy and paste and use it.
Yeah, you just gotta substitute your town and any other relevant info, and it's pretty much good to go. I think a lot of people, when they're starting out, they'll write their emails in a way like they're selling on the first email. Not even that like they're giving all the information in the first email, but they're using a lot of words that are red flags that they don't realize. So I think if the more down to earth you are, get rid of all the fancy terms, just pique their interest and let them respond, and that's when you give the information.
Yeah, you learned that from me, I think, because I hammer
Yeah,
that hard.
almost everything I do is either what you taught or like an iteration of it.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, man, it's actually been a super interview, man. I appreciate it a ton. I didn't even really think of how effective those signs probably are for giveaways. And I think a lot of people can take that and run with it and probably get out and make some money right away, like this weekend, with just something like that. I think that's pretty cool.
I took one of those down to one of the new businesses that opened up, and he ordered 5 right there on the spot. And then when I
What do you
came
sell?
back to drop off the 5, he bought a double spot on the postcard.
Oh, nice.
So,
What do you sell? What do
um,
you sell those for? People are going to ask, what do you sell those to?
25 bucks.
Yeah, that's actually a great
And I
deal,
haven't had
man.
any fighting on that, so I'm just doing 12 of them to another local place downtown each.
Unbelievable, man. I appreciate it so much. I hope you get the script thing together ASAP, because everyone's going to want that.
I'll work on it tonight. Jake, this has been a long time coming.
Yeah, I can't wait
I
to
think
see
we
the
were supposed
next
to do this
card.
10 years ago.
I know. Yeah, now not very. Yeah. Well, it's a testament to you did a card 10 years ago and you're still coming back to it, and it hasn't really changed. The process is
Yep.
exactly the same. How many things are
It
like
really
that in the marketing world? It's the same. And you don't have to worry about 10 years from now. It's the same. It will continue to work. It's so solid.
Just take the time, get all the local businesses, find the names, send them individualized emails.
If you think about who you want on the card, I have 16 spaces. I want an HVAC guy. I want a pool guy. And then you
Exactly. That's how I
get a
target
list
it.
of the people. Yeah, get a list of the people of those businesses.
Obviously, I'm not stopping until I get this category filled with this type of business.
And if you have, say, 10 of these businesses on your list of that niche, one of them is going to hit. Like, you already know they're there.
Yep.
All your card is there. All your ads are there. You're not scrambling around trying to find random things. And it gives you some time to think about, okay, it's the season, it's the spring, it's the fall, it's what businesses are going to want to be in what categories. I can put a church in there. I can put what is Easter. You save yourself a ton of hassle by just doing that little bit of planning. It might take a week. It might take a week of just planning and getting the maps and the spreadsheets and stuff, but it saves you so much
Definitely
time.
worth it.
And you're not sending 60,000 emails and spamming 100,000 people.
And another tip is when you're driving around town, you see billboards or whatever. If I'm driving my wife, I say, write down this business name so I can reach out to them later.
Hot list. That's
Yep.
what I call the hot list. Yes.
Yep. Because they're already spending money.
You see them on the my first or second 9x12. The guy, this beauty school opened up right by me. Right, this beauty. John Paulo's Extreme Beauty School, it was called, with the X. And he had like billboards. Like, this is out of nowhere. It's like all of a sudden you're seeing just these billboards everywhere. I'm seeing it on buses that are driving by in the ads. I'm seeing newspaper ads. Everything is this extreme beauty. And I'm like, this is an advertiser, this is definitely an ad space. I'm new to selling these 9x12s, putting them together. So I call and the guy answers the phone. And he's like, we don't advertise, not interested or something. Click. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is no way. I see all this. So I emailed, I found the email. I'm like, this is just can't be. I'm seeing advertising on my email, and the guy that must have been an employee or something that just didn't want to deal with advertising. So, and it was the owner. I found the owner's emailed, and the guy goes, I'm on vacation. I'm on a beach in San Diego right now. He goes, how much or something? He goes, I'll take the whole side of the card. I don't care how much, the whole side. I just want one whole side. I'll pay you when I get back in, a few days. And yeah, so because I knew they advertised, it's right. Like, I know, but I guess the lesson is,
good one to reach out to.
The lesson is also, when you're dealing with non-owners, they don't care about advertising. Some marketers pitch to managers, and they want less business. They don't want more business. They don't care. They don't want more customers. They want less. You got to talk to. That's a
problem I did run into. Like, if you're messaging through Facebook Messenger, you don't know who runs that account. So a lot of times you'll get ignored because it's someone else. But sometimes there are helpful employees. They say, here's the owner's email, give them all the info. That happened to me like 10 times. If you see like a Facebook ad scrolling of local businesses, definitely reach out to them. I saw an ad pop up for a pool company. I messaged him. He messaged me right back, the owner. And I think it was less than 10 minutes and I had $1,000. Like
for a doubler.
Yeah, double
space or whatever. Yeah. Same with, like, you can just Google window replacement near me and see who's paying, who's running the ads.
Right. Who's running the Google ads.
Who's paying for the advertise. Just search that business and see who's paying for the ads. Right. And you could do that with mattress, furniture. You can do with all these different lawyer, insurance, who's paying the money.
Yeah. I think Google Maps is definitely the best way to organize your list.
Thank you a ton. I'm sure everyone's going to love this. I really appreciate it. I look forward to doing another one in the future too. We should probably do another one.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe even if you refine your giveaway of the tap to review signs, maybe making a small little guide on that and stuff. I'm sure people would love to get a process that they could duplicate, maybe what you sell them once you've got it out.
Yeah,
I think people would love to see that. I think that would be awesome. All right, man. Well, have a great day, Kevin. Appreciate it a ton.
All right. Thanks for having me, Jake.
Yeah. See ya.